All right, so again, I'm Maya from NextWork, and this is all about building projects together, building things together, and this is the interactive build lab that we have at NextWork, where we do a NextWork project live and do it with all of you. So feel free to join along with me or just watch. If you have any questions while you're doing the project with me, this is a great time to ask as well. So, Soheb, have you checked out the DevOps series yet? Is this something that is interesting to you, or um, I'm curious to know who might be interested in this project? Dotbox, tell me a little bit about what you're hoping to learn. Is it AI? Is it DevOps? Is it AWS? I also see we have Manis and Infi. Drop a message in the chat and tell me what you are hoping to gain from this session. Dotbox says, I'm going full stack plus mobile. Currently learning JS and everything's a little confusing, but Infi says some DevOps knowledge, hopefully. Great. Soheb says it is interesting. I want to make sure I finish the AI series before I jump into the 7-day DevOps challenge. Great idea, Soheb. The 7-day DevOps challenge is a challenge. I cannot stress this enough. There are a lot of folks who do it very, very effortlessly. I'm not one of them, so because of that, I like to warn everyone. Just brace yourself. It's a great project, great series. Definitely will upgrade your skills in in a way that will be very useful to you. But it is really important to make sure you have your fundamentals. And I do recommend that you do the 7 projects in sequence. Take your time with it. Make sure you understand the projects. And then for the 21 and 21, we've got projects on AI and DevOps, which will be awesome. So if you can complete the DevOps challenge before the 21 and 21, that would be amazing. But as all our projects at NextWork, we never expect you to do one before the other. There's no requirement. It's just a highly recommended suggestion. All right, so for anyone who's wondering what NextWork is a learning app which is all about project-based learning. So everything at NextWork is projects. You do a project, you build a project, and at the end of your project, you get this awesome little documentation that you can share with anyone. And this is an example of me testing out the documentation feature. And so you can see that the images that I have are placeholders. So disregard that. We can restart this project so that there's nothing in there. But yeah, I'm very excited to do this build lab with you. And by build lab, I'm just doing a NextWork project live with you. I'm learning with you. And so it's not a demo in any way. It's not a tutorial in any way. This is me doing the project. And I invite you to do it along with me. All right, so this, I'm going to start with this introduction to DevOps and the CI/CD pipeline before I jump into part 6. The thing about the 7 projects is we recommend that you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 7. 6 is optional, but 6 is where you launch or you turn your web app infrastructure all into one CloudFormation template. So it is actually a really cool thing to do. And so because of that, it's kind of a standalone project. It is, it's awesome if you've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but you don't have to. So that's why I'm going to do 6. So let's ask me any questions that you might have about DevOps, about AWS, about cloud, about NextWork. Put it in the chat. I'm watching. I'm taking a look. So I see you. I see you on YouTube. I see you on Discord. Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, so what is a CI/CD pipeline? My goodness, anybody? What is a CI/CD pipeline? Do you know what it stands for? I will tell you. Any guesses in the chat? What does CI/CD pipeline stand for? Ooh, Infi is typing. All right. Let me, in that time, tell you a little bit about our Ask feature. If you've never done an NextWork project, you can just click into the Ask button, and you can just ask, there are already existing prompts that you can just click and say, oh, tell me about this project. All right, Infi, let's go. Infi got continuous integration and continuous deployment pipeline, CI/CD pipeline. Amazing. So this particular project, this introduction, it's not part of the 7 days, but it's like an intro. You will learn how to build a CI/CD pipeline, learn how to automate the testing and deployment of a real application, create portfolio-worthy documentation, and through the 7 projects, you will set up a web app in the cloud, connect GitHub with AWS, store dependencies in Code Artifact, continuous integration with Code Build, deploy with Code Deploy, automate infrastructure with CloudFormation, and build a CI/CD pipeline with Code Pipeline. So a little trick, and this is what I was saying. So if I do part 7, if I click here, this is day 7 of the project, and what you see here is technically highly recommend that you do all the projects in sequence. But if you just want to, if you can't wait, you could also just do project 7 and say, I haven't done any of the projects, and you basically get all the steps. It just suddenly became a lot longer, Like if I've kept all my resources, then I can skip to step 5. But if I haven't done the projects, then it still walks you through, which is really cool. Okay. All right, so let's do this beginner-friendly. Just this particular project is just about understanding what DevOps and CI/CD pipeline is. So let's look into it a little bit. Every project has a YouTube video. There's a supportive community, which is us. And you can always troubleshoot errors and go through any questions that you have in here and you can use the Ask feature, you can use Discord. Okay, so let's look into what is DevOps? What is DevOps? I hear this all the time. I want to be a DevOps engineer. What is DevSecOps? So let's look into it a little bit, shall we? DevOps is all about getting teams to build and deploy code faster without sacrificing reliability. Think of it as a blend of automating tasks, making sure apps are running consistently everywhere, and start monitoring to catch issues early. Before DevOps, development and operations team worked separately with minimal communication. This is kind of like my era. When I was in software engineering, there was no DevOps. And development and operations were separate teams. But now, developers would build, so developers would build software in their own environment and then hand it off to operations to deploy it to users. But now we've realized that to be more faster, more efficient, we want developers and operations to work together. And so because we want developers to ship features quickly and operations to make sure the code is stable, we have a team called DevOps. Box asks, when you say operations, what does that mean? Oh, great question. So operations is maintaining the system. But you know what? I think this is a great question to ask. Let me check. Let me use this feature and say, when you say operations, what does that mean? Okay, let's find out. In the context of DevOps, operations refers to the team or function responsible for deploying, maintaining, and monitoring software applications and the infrastructure they run on. So before DevOps became common, operations would receive code from developers and then be responsible for testing it, ensuring it wouldn't break existing systems and prepare the necessary infrastructure before deploying it to users. So I'm going to add this answer here into the chat so that so that it's more helpful. Hello, Andre. Good to see you here, and Preet, good to see you on YouTube as well. Greetings. Good to see you. It's been a long time. Happy 2026. Oh my goodness, are we 2026? Wow. It's gonna take me some time to say that. But yeah, I hope that answered your question, Box. And I hope you don't mind me calling you Box. Oh no, Preet says the stream is frozen. So let me see is this better? Bear with me 1 second, folks. Is this better? Thank you for your patience. All right. This happens when you're one-man show and you are streaming on Discord, on YouTube, and everywhere. Box says, it answers the question. Andre says, oh, I've been away due to health issues. I'm so sorry to hear that, Andre. I'm so happy to see that you're back. Thanks, Preet. I'm also going to see if I can go full screen. Do you still see? No, you don't. Okay. You don't. Okay, so I'm going to go back. And maybe this is better. Cool. Okay. Cool. All right. Andre says, I'm in the hospital and I came to say hello to you guys. Andre, it is so good to see you here. I hope you're okay. Are you in a position to unmute and chat? It is so wonderful to have you here. Thanks for joining. Sending you lots of love. Sohab says BRB. Okay, so DevOps is a set of practices, but what is a DevOps engineer? A DevOps engineer is someone who implements DevOps practices in their organization. They build automated pipelines, containerize applications, turn cloud infrastructure into code, which is what I'm hoping to do today. So if at any point you are looking at something here and it doesn't make sense, what is a pipeline, for example? What is a pipeline? you can always use the ask feature. The great thing about the ask is that the context is in there, and when you're working on a project, it knows what you're about to do and what you're working on. And so um, it's a great little handy dandy tool, your buddy, that you can keep working on and ask all the questions you have. Would you all be keen to do a quiz with me? I think there should be a quiz in here. Maybe we can jump straight into the quiz. No, there's no quiz in here. Maybe we'll go into the next project and do the quiz. But I'm getting a little restless, a little impatient. I just want to do the project. Sometimes the reading through the concepts, it's like, okay, I need to slow down. And sometimes it happens to me where I end up skipping a project, instruction, because I'm so like, oh, let me build it. I can't wait to see the ending, the output, the new feature added. And it's a good reminder. And then I hit into an error, and then I have to go back. And it's a good reminder that it's okay to slow down. So, yeah. All right. Do we have an idea of what CI/CD pipeline is? I think so. And the cloud formation is going to then be deploying it just with a template. So I'm going to jump into part 6. Oh, there's a great question from Andre. He says, Maya, is there any way that I can come back here later and do this project too if I can't be in the whole session? Absolutely, Andre. So this is a build lab, and I'm just doing the project and inviting all of you to do it with me. There is a YouTube recorded session as well, so you can always come back into the YouTube. But on top of that, there are YouTube lives, and you can always follow Nat as she does the project. So that's another option. And then you have, you can always do it on your own. And we can also have, if you want to do a build lab and do this project along with others in the community, you can also lead a session. So let me know if that's something that's interesting to you, and we can make that happen. So yes, you can do it alone on your own time. You can watch Nat as she does the project from start to finish. You can follow along with me live when I do a interactive build lab, or you can join back the YouTube session and follow along at a later time. Or you can even lead a session and do it with others, maybe even in your city. How cool would that be, right? I hope that answers your question, Andre. Okay. All right, so infrastructure as code. Box had, I think it was Box who gave me the answer to, no, it was Infi. Infi said, Infi knew what CI/CD pipeline is. Infi, do you think you can explain what infrastructure as code means? Let me see. What is infrastructure as code? Ooh, Infi is typing. Oh, I like it. Aww, lots of options. Yes, Andre says so many options. Okay, all right, Infi, I know you're typing, but I'm gonna go hit ask. And Preet, I know you're watching too, so if those of you on YouTube, if you can answer, that would be great. All right, infrastructure as code is the practice of describing your cloud setup in plain text files instead of manually configuring them through a web console. Amazing. Yep, Infi is right. Basically deploying infrastructure using code to make it consistent everywhere. Andre says, I know, but I don't know how to explain. No worries. So it's basically where on AWS, when we go through the console and we build and we do everything through a web console, infrastructure as code means that we actually have code written out and we can build the application with nothing but just code. And so instead of manually configuring every server, you have in code where if you run these files, the cloud builds everything exactly as you've written it. So this makes your infrastructure predictable, repeatable, and much easier to manage. So yeah, you nailed it. Even Preet has it. IaaS is a super simple offering where we just have to take care of our code and the underlying architecture will be taken care of by the CSP. All right. Whoa! Preet from YouTube just joined in on Discord, but I don't see him on Discord. I see him in the chat. How'd you do that, Preet? So cool. Good to see you here. And I'm so glad you're on Discord. Exciting. Preet is awesome. He's always supporting all the NextWork lives, whether it's Nat, Kahu, or me. I always see him saying hi. So it's so cool to see Gojo's best friend, BF, Gojo's BF. I'm really curious. Can I, you're not in the audience. Otherwise, I would have asked you to speak. I'd love to know the story behind the username. Okay. All right, so let's go through this now. So we're going to build a CloudFormation template so that we can turn our entire web app infrastructure into code. Okay. All right, before we start step one, let's refresh again. What is AWS CloudFormation? So we know that we know what infrastructure as code is. What is CloudFormation? CloudFormation is a service on AWS that allows you to create resources in the AWS environment without using the console specifically, but using code. So no more clicking through AWS to create every resource one at a time. The good thing about CloudFormation is that it's easy because it's code, but it's also tricky because you can go wrong and then you have to go through the code to see where you've missed something. So it's really important that you have your fundamentals very clean and clear in your knowledge base. Okay, so the game plan is across steps 1 through 4, we'll rebuild the CI/CD infrastructure. So that's basically the other days. And then in this project, some of the setup steps are optional. This is because you won't need to run the same tests or write the web app code to create a CloudFormation template. So watch out for the steps that are marked optional. And then from step 5 onwards, we'll get to turn the CI/CD infrastructure into a handy template. Okay, what am I going to do here today? I will demonstrate how to use CloudFormation template to run or create, what is the word I'm looking for? To create my resources, or that's the really underrated skill is technical communication. All right, we're going to use CloudFormation to turn to turn the web app infrastructure into one handy template. How about that? In this project, I will demonstrate how to use CloudFormation to create or turn my web app into a template. Turn a web app into a template. I'm doing this to learn IaaS as well as AWS Cloud Formation. Okay, done. Oh, here is a quiz. Shall we do the quiz together? Okay. All right, I need you guys. I see we've gotten enough folks on Discord. We've got 5 folks on YouTube. So let's do this together. I need your help. What is the primary purpose of AWS CloudFormation? A, to monitor the performance of existing AWS resources. B, to provide a graphical interface for managing AWS billing. C, to define and provision AWS infrastructure as code. D, to manually create and manage AWS resources through the AWS Management Console. All right. Gojo's BF says C. Anybody else? I know for sure it's not B. A and C. Why is it not A and D? To monitor the performance of existing AWS resources? No, we're not monitoring anything. D, to manually create and manage AWS resources through AWS console? Definitely not. So yeah, D. C. All right, shall we? Yeah, Andre got it right. He says D says manually, so no way. No way that that's the answer. Amazing, well done. Okay. Question 2. What is the purpose of setting a deletion policy in CloudFormation? Is it A, to specify the IAM permissions for a resource? B, to specify what happens to a resource when the CloudFormation stack is deleted? C, to define the update strategy for a resource? Or D, to define the maximum cost of a resource? Ooh, tricky. All right, so this is something we haven't covered because this is pre-project quiz. Deletion policy, setting up a deletion policy. Is it to specify an IAM permissions? Is it to define the update strategy for a resource? To specify what happens when a stack is deleted, or to define the cost of a resource? B, I guess. Yeah, B makes sense. My TDAH was on when you explained this topic. Andre, what is TDAH? I don't know. Is that something that I'm missing? Oh, lack of attention. Oh, like ADD, ADHD, TDAH. Oh, that's cute. All right, so I'm gonna go with B. And out of curiosity, has anybody done this project? I think there was a message from Gojo. Gojo, do you prefer Preet or do you prefer Gojo? I have added some of the projects I've done using NextWork in my profile, and now I'm doing an internship where I am getting DevOps requirements as well. Can't say more about it due to my commitments. Fair enough. Oh, Gojo. Okay, let's go with Gojo. Box says my network was interrupted for a moment. What is CloudFormation? Oh my goodness, we just covered it. What is CloudFormation? CloudFormation is an AWS service that allows you to build a template that allows you to deploy your web app, your services, your resources, all in a code. I hope that helps. All right, next question. What is the role of the infrastructure as code generator in CloudFormation? Is it A, to manually write CloudFormation templates from scratch? B, to automatically generate CloudFormation templates from existing AWS resources? C, to manage IAM policies and roles? Or D, to deploy applications to EC2 instances? I'm going to go with B2, Andre. I think you're right. To automatically generate CloudFormation. What do you think, Gojo? I think Gojo is typing. So I want to give Gojo a second, or anybody else who wants to chime in. Let me know. 3, 2, 1. All right. It is correct. IAC generator scans your AWS account and creates templates based on your existing resource, which makes sense because I think in this project, we will be creating all these resources and then generating a CloudFormation template. Little sneak peek preview. All right, question 4. What is a common cause of the circular dependency error in CloudFormation? A, when a resource has insufficient IAM permission. B, when a resource is missing required tags. C, when a resource is created in the wrong AWS region. Or D, when a resource depends on another resource that also depends on the first resource. Ooh. Cool. I think I know the answer. Oh yes, Gojo says D, Box says D. Andre, what do you think? I feel like it's D. I mean, everything else is an error, and I can see that, but you want to think about what is the circular dependency error, and the word gives it away, you know? A resource is dependent on a resource, which is dependent on a resource, so it's recircular. And that is correct. A circular dependency occurs when 2 or more resources depend on each other, creating a loop. Last question, are you ready? What is the purpose of the depends on attribute in a CloudFormation template? Is it A, to define the tags for a resource? B, to specify the order in which resources are created? C, to specify the region in which a resource is created? Or D, to define the cost of a resource? B. Yeah. Infi says B. Any other ideas? Any other answers coming in? Let me know. I follow you guys. Was in doubt. Mostly like resource allocation. All right, we're gonna go with B. Okay. B is correct. It's correct. All right. All right. We got 5 on 5. Let's go. Exciting. Nice work. Oh my goodness, look at all of you who are here. Infi, Dotbox, Andre, Gojo, and Silver Doe. It's been a while. Oh, Dotbox was gonna go for A. I don't know what to tell you. All right, I think we've done the quiz and now we can do the project. I have my console open. Is anybody going to do this project along with me? Let's see, how do I best... I'm going to use my handy dandy raycast to do a right half. And then this one will be my left half. Okay. Oh, you cannot see. Wait a minute, guys. Were you not seeing my screen all this while? Oh no, you could. I just changed it to a different window and that's why you don't see it now, right? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna do the entire screen and I'm gonna share this. Now you can see both. Aw, Infi and Andre are about to head out, but still good seeing you here. I promise to do this project later. Andre, if you do this project, I really, really want you to put it in the community. And I hope you put your documentation in the celebrations, okay? So it's very easy. When you're done with the project, you see my work. You share it and copy. You can just click here and then all you have to do is hit paste. So you go new post and then you hit paste and everything is in there and you even have a link that we'll be able to see. So don't forget to share your documentation with us. See you soon. Bye, Andre. All right. Oh, and I see a message by Gojo. If it's all right with you, Gojo, I'm just going to quickly take a look at what that question you had was, and I promise I will come back to it as soon as I can. It's about Azure Event Hub body extraction. Ooh. Oh, exciting. Okay, I will take a look at it and get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for the shout out. So if anybody has an answer for Gojo, please post it in here. Okay? All right, so back to our project. Diving right into it. Okay. All right, so I haven't done any of those projects. Or I have, but I've deleted my resources. So let's go through this. Step one is, oh gosh, I haven't done this in so long. Let's get started by launching an EC2 instance, shall we? All right, EC2 instance. This will be our virtual server in cloud where we'll write the code for our web app. So we launch EC2 instance. Launching the EC2 instance is the most important. We don't need to do the other three. Okay, so let's see. I do have an IAM user. Yes, and I'm logged into my IAM user. Okay. Before we get into the juicy work of building your web app, we need to set a home for your web app's files. So let's go to EC2 and switch your region to the one closest to you. I'm gonna stick to Virginia, maybe even Ohio, because it always has all the resources I need. Yeah, so some of the regions have, some don't have all the services, so it's good to know which regions have it, and you can always click here and find out. In your EC2 console, select instances from the left navigation panel. So in my EC2, I'm going to click on launch instances. Okay. Set up your EC2 instance. In the name, enter your NextWork DevOps and then your name. So let me add that here. Okay. Oh. Don't forget to replace. Okay, I see a typo here and I want to add that as a correction. So I'm just going to make a note for later. Okay, is anyone doing the project along with me? Anyone? I see Shane. Hi, Shane. Good to see you here. Okay. And I just want to say, anytime you see something you shouldn't see, like this, tell us. Tell us, tell us, tell us. Do not hesitate. Come into Discord, go down, put it in the bug report, put it in request, feature idea, anything. Put it in Ask Me. If you see something you shouldn't, it might be a bug report. You can also just put it in Ask Anything. Tell us. We want to be the best, and we need your help to tell us when we're not perfect, because we will be, and we need your help. So tell us, tell us, tell us. Okay. All right. Let's choose Amazon Linux. Okay. And then we want to choose T2 Micro. Oh, wait. Amazon Linux 2023. I think either of these should be fine. They're both free tier eligible. And we're gonna choose T2 Micro. Great. Amazing. For key pair, I'm gonna go with what's already there. And I will click create a new key pair. Oh. And I want it in a PEM format and create. Okay. All right. Now you'll have to see my messy file system, so I'm just going to do it where you can't see it. Or maybe you will see it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on. All right, adding all the stuff that I need in my desktop. So what I'm doing now is I'm creating a folder. I'm going to call it DevOps. And then I'm going to take my file, my key pair file, and I'm going to save it into this. Oh, in here. Okay. All right, so that's done, and you can now see it just as so. Right? Okay, cool. Back to our EC2 instance setup. Head to the network settings section and allow SSH traffic, and you want to select my IP. If at any point you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, ask. It's the best way to learn. So why am I doing this here? You can always ask. Why am I doing this right now? Why am I doing this step? Yeah, let's see how much it understands. Oh, Gojo, you're heading out. I've got meetings and other things lined up this week. Might do a polish up this weekend, but I'm here to help and on bench support as well. That's so sweet, Gojo. I will take my leave now, but we'll hop in regularly whenever I get time, and the stream is up. Oh, Maximus, thank you. Is it up now? I realized that it does go on black screen every now and then. So thank you for letting me know. Amazing. Can you give me a thumbs up if YouTube Live is okay now? Amazing, thank you. All right, so back to our DevOps. Where are we? All right. Okay, so we didn't get the answer, did we? So why is it important to use my IP and select my IP as the to allow SSH traffic? Okay. So in this project, you want to create a robust and repeatable way to set up your cloud infrastructure. So instead of manually clicking through it, just kidding. Ask is giving me an answer to why I'm doing this project. Let me be more specific with my question. So that's the thing with asking questions, right? You want to make sure that you give all the context. Prompting and knowing how to prompt is a very important skill. So I'm going to ask the same question in a more clear way. Why is it important to select my IP in the option to allow SSH traffic? Okay, now I should get a better answer. So when you select my IP for SSH traffic, you are telling AWS to allow connections from your specific public IP address. This is crucial security measure because it significantly restricts who can access your EC2 instance. Think of it like this. If you were to allow SSH traffic from anywhere, it would be like leaving your front door wide open for anyone on the internet to try and enter. By selecting my IP and only adding /32 at the end, you're essentially saying only this exact IP address is allowed in. The /32 specifies only one IP address is included in the rule, making it specific and secure as possible. Nice, good explanation, Ask. Thank you, appreciate it. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can launch the instance. Dun, 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 dun. Yay! It is successful. So if you don't see a successful launch, let us know and you will see us. All right, so I know that for this project, what was optional was that it should, hold on one second. So I haven't done the projects. And then, yes, so I've launched an EC2 instance and everything else is optional for this project. So I'm going to see if I can, so I've done this. Yep, this is the one that I've done. And I think I don't need to worry about the rest. So what happens once I have done EC2 instance? Maybe I can go into the next step and find out. Let's see. Step 2. All right. Let me also double check. What are the resources that we're creating with the cloud formation? Yeah. In this project, some of the steps are optional to you. This is because you won't need to run the same tests or write the same web app code to create a CloudFormation template. So watch out for the steps marked as optional. And then from step 5, we'll get to turn your CI/CD infrastructure into a handy template. Okay, so I've done the EC2 instance. Now I'm going to code artifact. All right, good to see you into it. Oh, Roy, oh my goodness, good to see you here. Roy says, ooh, into the deep end. I know, right? Can you believe it? I just went into day 6. Do you see me sweating here? No, not yet. We're just in step 1. We just created an EC2 instance. How did you find this project, Roy? How was day 6, cloud as infrastructure? Roy, for context, for all of you watching on YouTube and here on Discord, I think everyone here knows, but just in case y'all are not sure and you haven't met Roy, Roy is a NextWork legend who has completed all the NextWork projects, even the ones that don't exist on NextWork anymore. So that is some kind of legend. That is definitely, that is going in the NextWork lore for sure. Right, Nat? All right. Step 2, set up code artifact repository. We set up Code Artifact, a fully managed artifact repository service. This will help us store and share software packages used in our CI/CD pipeline. In this step, you're going to set up a Code Artifact repository. Create an IAM policy and role for the Code Artifact. Configure Maven settings to use Code Artifact, and then build your web app with Maven. All right. Okay, so in this project, what we want to do is make sure we have the Code Artifact repository, the IAM policy and role, and then give the development EC2 instance access to Code Artifact. And we are going to go skip this one, okay? Let's see, so we create a repository. Let's get started. Let's go to Code Artifact console. And then create a repository, okay? And then we configure it with these names. So we have a repository name. We need a description. So we do the description. And then package format. This is optional. So I'm going to click next. I'm going to save this account. There are no domains in the region Ohio. Okay. Let's see. What are the domains that are there? I think I should be in Virginia, maybe. Let's go to Virginia, shall we? All right, let me go to Virginia. My EC2 instance should still be running. Oh no, my EC2 instance is in Ohio. Okay. So if I am going into Code Artifact repository, and I create a repository, I don't have a domain in here. Let me make this bigger. Okay. Is there a domain for me in Virginia? Let me just check. Okay, so I just have to create one then. Is there one in nearest New Zealand? Maybe Sydney. Ah, there it is. Yep, that's me. This is back in the day when I created the CI/CD pipeline 10 months ago. Okay, so what do we do? I wonder if I can just create a new domain in Ohio. Let's see. If prompted to set a domain, set the domain name to NextWork. If a domain already exists, you can use the existing domain. Okay. All right. Shall I create a new domain? All right. I'm creating a domain. I'm going to call it NextWork. Okay, and that was easy. All right, let's go back to repository, and then from repository, create a repository, and let me go back to the other screen. So this is left, okay. Repository name, NextWork DevOps CI/CD. And then description is repository for NextWork CI/CD artifacts. Package format, I don't think we have to worry about that. We're going to do this account. We've got a domain. Everything looks good, and we create repository. Yay! All right, let's jump to the next tab, shall we? Okay, so now we want to set up the IAM policy and role. So let's create an IAM policy for code artifact access. Let me go to IAM, click on policies, and then create policy. Create a, look at it from a JSON view, and then replace the existing content with this one. So I'm going to select all and paste, and then hit next. On the review policy page, enter the following. Policy name is code artifact. Description is policy for EC2 instances. Oh. I'm just going to add Maya to it. And then description. All right. Now I'm going to create a policy. All right. This is my new code artifact NextWork consumer policy. I could have used the one that is already existing, but it's good to know what I've created today, and I will go delete it later. Okay, create IAM role for EC2 instances in the IAM console. Click roles, and then create role, and select AWS service, choose EC2, and in the attach permissions policy page, oh, I was supposed to click next. Oh, Roy's heading out, going to grab some food. Maya, you're doing great. Thank you, Roy. Good seeing you. See you soon. Oh, is it blank on YouTube again? Man. All right. Okay. I think we're okay on YouTube. In the IAM console, click roles in the left, and then hit next. We want to create a role. Oh, I did create a role. Wait, where am I? I am. I'm in roles. I've created a role. Select AWS service as the trusted. Where do I create the role? Hold on. Okay, I'm here. All right, we've done EC2, great. We click next, and then attach permissions policy, and this is the one that I just created. So that's not the one I just created, but the one that says Maya is the one that I just created. So I'm going to click on that, clicking, and then hitting next, and then on the name, let me create the role. Okay, and in the description, oh, that one is also existing. Oh no, yeah, so I'm going to create Maya again. And everything else looks okay. So I'm going to click on create role. Okay. And now I have the EC2 instance and everything is created and listed. Amazing. If I search for Maya, it should come up. Yeah. Amazing. Whew. All right. Let's attach the IAM role to EC2 instance. Okay, how do we do that? We go to EC2, and then we go to the instances and select my running instance. Great. And then on the actions, select security and modify IAM role. And then you want to select the one that we just created today. Awesome. All right, we are just flying through this. Okay, so now we have to get the connection instructions. Oh, this setup is optional. I love it. I love that it's optional. I'm trying to learn the infrastructure as code and use cloud formations. So for this particular adventure of mine, this build lab, I'm here to make sure that I understand, or I can generate a cloud formation template. So I'm not trying to recreate everything. I am just trying to make sure I can generate a cloud formation template. So I am not going into the optional steps. But if you're following along and you want to, you are most welcome to do so. Okay, set up a code deploy. Set up AWS code deploy to automate the deployment of our built web application to our EC2 instance. The code deploy will ensure that our application updates are deployed smoothly and efficiently. Okay. Oh, wow, this seems intense. We're already on step 4. Okay. Since you've done these steps before, how far can you do without the step-by-step guidance? Well, I need all of the guidance I can get. Okay, so here we want to launch your deployment instance. We want to set up the code deploy application, the code deploy deployment group, and then we'll go from there. So let's go to CloudFormation console. My goodness, exciting stuff. On the CloudFormation console dashboard, select stacks and select create stack. With new resources, start creating a new stack. Create stack. I feel like the UI might have been updated since this project was last released. So I'm just double checking again. Am I in the right place? CloudFormation stack, create stack. Select with new resources. I'm not sure actually. But I think I'm gonna select the existing template and see if that takes me somewhere I want it to. This is new. I could create a template in the infrastructure composer. That seems like it's a visual experience. And this one is an existing template, but I don't have an existing template. Or do I? Right. Yeah. I hear you, Shane. The layout on AWS has changed a bit. Yeah, and I think we need your help there. Like if you see something that is not, that's outdated, tell us, because it's either an opportunity for us to refresh the project or for us to archive the project because it's not relevant. And we've done that with the Bedrock projects. The AWS console changed so much that we just had to, it was just less confusing if without the project. The YouTube video is still there, but the project instructions are a bit outdated, so we archived it and we'll go back and revisit it. So let us know when you find a project instructions that don't match the existing project. Shane, wow, look at you. Do you want screenshots and stuff? I have notes because I'm on day 7. Whoa, did you do day 6 too? That'd be so cool. It'd be cool. Yeah, I think it would be helpful. We had a learner once for, I think, the 3-tier web app one. It was, it had changed quite a bit, but it was just one step that had changed. So he took all the notes, all the screenshots, and he shared it with us, and it made it so easy for us to just update it because we went through his instructions, we did it, and everything was great. I don't think you need to send us screenshots as much as just tell us like how much of a difference it is, because if it's very different we might change it, but if it's just a couple of steps that a couple of instructions that just need to be added or removed, we can easily do that and update the project. So if it's significant difference, let us know, and if it's minor changes, let us know as well. But thank you for offering. It's great. I knocked out a lot of projects. I think I need 8 or 10, and then I'll be done with the current lineup. Whoa, that is awesome. Shane, that is awesome. I can't wait. That's epic. Yeah, so okay, this is definitely different, and I feel a bit stuck here, but I'm going to go and find out if it's one or the other. Because it says with new resources, I'm going to check this one and see if that takes me somewhere. I don't know if I want it to be visual. I don't like this. Let's go back. And what happens if I choose an existing template? Then I have to provide a template. Maybe I can upload this one. Yes. So let me click this. It's saved. And now I can just upload that. So yeah, this one is pretty easy. Let me just make a mark. I think instead of saying under prepare template, it is choose an existing template. So let me just note that down for later. Cool. Very, very cool. All right. Let's hit next. Stack name is going to be NextWork code deploy EC2 stack. And for my IP address, let's check our IP. Okay, thank you. I will put my IP address here. And you can find your public IP address by searching what is my IP. Okay, I've done that. So now we click next. And then on the configure stack options, keep the default settings and click next. Okay, there's no more next option here. It's just on the pane. So that's another correction that needs to be made. And then let's see. Permissions. Oh, wait. Just kidding. So this is the settings that I need to keep as the default, right? So I don't make any change here. And I click next. Got it. Okay. Oh, I have to acknowledge. Of course I do. Let me double check again. Configure stack options is this one. Keep all the default settings and then click next. But I do need, so the review piece comes into the previous. Okay, so now I'm gonna hit next. Amazing. All right, now we specify template. In the specify template, ooh, Syed. Syed has an English semester exam. All the best, good luck, you will rock it. Specify template. On the review page, scroll down to the bottom. All right, so this is, oh, confusing. Wait for the CloudFormation stack to reach the create complete status. I don't think I'm there yet. This is the review piece. Okay, so some things have changed here. Okay. Wait for, okay, everything looks okay. And I think I'm just gonna hit submit. Last exam on the 9th, will join after that. Yes, that's perfect timing because we're doing 21 projects on 21 days after the 9th. I hope you do all the 21 projects side. All the best. What's the last exam on the 9th? Which one? Put 32. Silly, silly me. Silly, silly me. I have to put dash. Oh, of course, of course, of course. I got all these errors down. Okay. Okay. Electronic device circuits. Oh my goodness. Are you doing electronics engineering or computer science engineering or computer science and electronics? Or nice, a little bit of software and hardware. Do you have embedded systems? Given what you tell me about your course, I feel like you're either a second year or third year. Maybe, yeah, second year. First year, you have to do design circuits in first year. Nice, that's cool. What's your favorite subject, Syed? It's like mandatory for every field. Oh, that's cool. So like, it's like engineering, general engineering course. C was your favorite? Nice, nice. It's classic. Cool. We are in progress, and we're creating our cloud formation. Everything seems to be going well so far. Let's see how that goes. Wow, you have chemistry, you have electronic device circuits. Oh, okay. I'm curious. This sounds like a very Indian curriculum. Are you in India by any chance? Yeah, of course. Oh, I get it. Okay, fair enough. I used to teach computer science in India, but I studied computer science in the US, so different curriculums. That's cool. Nice. So this is second semester? I was there 2 days before, if you remember. Um, oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Of course, of course, of course. I do. I do. I'm so glad you're here. Keep joining, and you've got a few more exams to go. Yeah, you got this. You got this. Let's see. What's your favorite? So, do you like chemistry? C language was a favorite. Um, yeah. All right. We are waiting for the stack to be created, but I think everything is looking good, and I feel like I could use a nice stretch. It's a, it's such a good feeling when things are going well. When you have errors, then it's like the room gets hotter. You start sweating. Um, you start feeling frustration, but when everything is going well, it's exciting. Um, yeah, we have, oh my goodness, it is so cool to see some of the folks in the audience today. I haven't seen you all in a while. I get this name wrong, so I'm just gonna type. Where am I from in India? I am from Kerala. What about you, Syed? You're from Hyderabad, right? Telangana. See? See, I remember. I remember. Is Hyderabad in Telangana or Andhra Pradesh? Is that a tricky question? Before partition, it was Andhra, and now it's Telangana. Okay. All right, are we done? How are we doing? How's the crate going? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Oh, it's complete. Beautiful. it really complete? It feels like it's too good to be true. Aww, I love that. Okay. All right, Syed. Good seeing you here. Join soon. All the best for your exam. You're gonna rock it. English, right? Easy peasy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right, step 5, generating a CloudFormation template. Okay, so we have our web app infrastructure all set up. Create a CloudFormation template. What am I going to do in this step? In this step, I will create a CloudFormation template. Okay. Oh, why am I creating a CloudFormation template? So that I can deploy an infrastructure very quickly. Oh, okay. All right, let's generate our CloudFormation template. Okay, let me just see, how many steps do I have? 5, 6, 7, 8. The 1 to 4 was just like all the projects from before, you know? So I'm actually just getting started. Okay, that's all right. Okay, so let's go to CloudFormation and then select IAC generator, and then look at the 3 steps. So first we scan all the resources, then you create a template, and then you import the template. Okay, so we're going to start by doing a scan. Okay, this is my first scan, so I'm going to scan. Okay, the IAC generator is it is a tool in CloudFormation that helps make writing templates much faster. It works in a 3-step process where one, I scan all the resources in the AWS account, create a template, and then import it. Where 1, I scan all the resources, and then 2, create a template, and 3 is import the template into CloudFormation to deploy the resource in one go. Nice. Okay. All right, let's create the template, shall we? So start new scan. Do I rescan? No. But I have an option to scan all resources or scan specific resources. Which one do I choose? I'm gonna go with all resources because I think that's a safer option. But it could also be like the other one is a another way of um, being more efficient at it. So let's see. Let's go with all resources. Hey, Roy is back. I know, right? This part. I also realized that some of the AWS console has been updated since we released the project, so it's sometimes a little confusing. So scan is in progress. Oh, I guess I have some time to chat with you guys. Roy, what did you go eat? Didn't you go get some food? And Shane, what time is it for you? Oh my goodness, Shane is like live production dude now. I've got some time as we're scanning. Oh, it's progressing now a little faster. But yeah. Ooh, Roy made Korean food. You weren't kidding when you talk about whipping up something and being a chef. All right, what did you make? And why Korean? Do you enjoy Korean food? What's your favorite? Okay, my scan is complete. Great. Oh, interesting. It's given me a list of all the resources I have too. Okay. Select a refresh button so you see the latest updates. And then in the scans, you get to see the last scan. Great. Once the scan is complete, click Create Template. Okay. And then I'm going to give this, I'm going to add, I'm going to add my, because I've been adding my to everything. Retain deletion policy is select delete, and next. Okay. And then we click next. And now we get to choose which resources we want to add, maybe. Add scanned resources, okay. In here, we're gonna search by resource type. And we're going to enter code. Okay. And then we select the domain, code artifact domain. Okay. And then in this one, next. Wait, I have to go back and add more. All right, so I've selected one, and then it says, now it's your turn to practice, and I can do challenge mode, or check my work, or get step-by-step guidance. Man, I am such a princess. I want step-by-step guidance, although right now I'm kind of in the mode to challenge myself. I don't know. Let's do like in between. Let's do an in between. Okay. Okay, so I should be able to find these. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Let's select this one. Okay. This looks good. Let's add that. Great. Okay. I'm going to add a S3 bucket, although I don't remember creating an S3 bucket. So I'm not sure. Some of this might be the part of the optional piece, right? Oh. Okay, let's add that. Okay, great. Code deploy, code deploy. Might be, again, part of the optional piece. Or did I miss it? IAM, oh no, wait, code deploy. Okay. Ooh, a lot of IAM roles. One. Is there anything that says Maya? Okay. I need 3 IAM roles. This is all Lex, it's RDN, VPC, Bedrock. EC2 instance. Yeah, this is the one I created today. And then we should have one for code deploy. Code deploy and code build. Where are you? Okay. Let's see, what do we have right now? Let me see my step-by-step guidance. Oh, YouTube is frozen? Is it? Uh-oh. Thanks, Shane, for noticing. Gotta be better at this. I was so into the project and thinking and in my head. All right, I need to add my resources. I should have around 10 to 12, but I don't think I have 10 to 12. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I have 6 resources. I'm missing a whole bunch, and I need to find it. What's the best way I can do it? Let's go through the step-by-step instructions and see if I can find all of them. So this is AWS code artifact repository, and I think that one is already selected, so great. I'm gonna put it here as well. Yeah, it's already selected. Okay, that's done. Is YouTube still frozen? I don't think so. Oh no, it is. What? Why? What about now? We good? Okay. CI/CD. Okay, next thing that I want to do is the connection. Let's try this. All right, what are we seeing here? Ooh. Oof. Oof. Which one are we? All right, I think it's US East. Is there anything that says US East? No. Man, did I name these? Resource type, code star, connections. I don't see it. This is all CloudFront. Well, the CodeStar connection one is here, so I think we're okay. And this is the southeast one, which is not the one we're looking for, actually. We're looking for US East. Ah, there it is. Oh, code, no. Yeah, this is southeast. Uh-oh, what did I do? Video freezes, but I can still hear audio. Interesting. Ooh, hi Rushikesh, how are you today? Good to see you here. Is the video still frozen? Oh, the video keeps freezing. Eeks. Eeks. How do I fix that? How about now? It just keeps freezing in between, huh? Let's see, Rushikesh. Hello. Oh no, he left. Okay. Streamer life, I tell you. Streaming on multiple platforms. Hard work. That scan pull everything, it can be messy. Sometime you might not find it. Tell me about it. So frustrating. CloudFormation is supposedly easy, but sometimes it's just tricky. Ooh, to be a YouTube star. I know, right? If you want my autograph, I can send it to you later. Oh, Rishikesh says my mic is not working. No worries. I'd love for you to tell us a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself, where are you joining from, what are you hoping to learn, Have you done day 6 of the DevOps challenge? Are you interested in infrastructure as code, CloudFormation's template, or are you into AI? Tell us everything. Roy, any advice on, or Shane, any advice on not finding the resources that you're looking for? Nice. Rishikesh says, I'm looking for a job. Where are you at? Oh, in Mumbai. Ooh. And what kind of roles are you looking for? Cloud engineering, AI engineering, software engineering. When I watched Nat's video, she recommended using the filter selected resource section. The what? Using filter selected resource. Yeah, I thought that's what I was doing. I'm pretty sure that's what I was doing. See? And then it says no selected resources. Resource identifier filter. Oh. Oh. Look at you looking at Nat's videos and getting ahead. Wait a minute. So resource identifier and then type code deploy. Let me put, what else can I put? I had some resources with my name in it. No, I don't want that one. Instance profile. It's the other pieces that I didn't do all the I didn't build all the resources. I only built the ones that were necessary and not the optional one. So I'm gonna take a risk here, and I'm gonna go say yes. Okay. Although I could still deduce. So for example, here I'm supposed to have 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. There's so many. Which one am I? I was going to go through and see if there's any that I wouldn't need based on the optional ones. But I'm looking for Ohio, because I usually create using other regions, and this is, I think, the first time I'm using Ohio. And so that's a clue into what I'm doing. Okay. All right, you know what? I'm gonna go back and just check the resources that I created, which ones were not optional. So I would have an IAM policy, a code artifact, repository. Wait, where's my selected? Okay, so I have a code repository. I should have an IAM policy. I don't find that. I'll go look for it again. Development EC2 instance. I have that. This I don't need. Wait a minute. How do I unselect? I need the one that says Maya, because I had The other one is from a previous time. Okay, so I'm gonna unselect that one. Okay, cool. When I did it, I only had 7 or 8. Oh, good to know. Okay. Well, that's not cool. Why does the project instruction say 10 to 12? Hey Azam, welcome back. We missed you. Did you have your cup of tea? I'm still working on the cloud formations. Roy says I was supposed to have 10 out of 12, but I only had 8 and I moved on. Okay. Then I don't feel so bad. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That feels too little though, right? Do I just continue? And everything worked fine? You were able to complete the project and nothing broke? Because that's important too. All good? By looking at it, can you tell if I'm missing anything else? Okay. So I have an IAM role. I have an IAM instance profile. I feel like I should have policies. And I know I created them, but one last check, just wouldn't be me if I don't check. But yeah, I don't see the one I'm looking for. Okay. All right, I am going to go and try it anyway. When I complete a project, Azam asks, will that get updated to Discord automatically or do I need to post it? Ooh, interesting question. So we don't have an integration between the app and Discord just yet, but we can see all the projects you've completed. So will it get updated to Discord automatically? Oh, if you're talking about this, wait a minute. I think I know what you're talking about. If you are talking about this, it will be immediately shown, but we don't know who it is. These are all the folks who have completed a project. So if you complete a project, you will find it here in live project completions. This is someone who just finished a project 4 minutes ago, one in India, one in US. But there's no way for us to know, for anyone on Discord to know that you completed a project. If you post it on celebrations, then we get to know. Does that answer your question, Azam? Okay. But yeah, we have a database that will tell us who's completed what project, and we are trying to get a leaderboard so that everybody can see what projects people are working on and where they're at. But yeah. Okay. Stay tuned. Until then, I will manually check and publish the leaderboard, and we can check who's done what projects. And especially for 21 and 21, be exciting. Okay, I'm gonna hit next, guys. Okay. Oh, the related resources just showed up. Interesting. Okay, okay. All right, what else do I have to do? No. Where are we at? Is this a different tab? I think this is a different tab. Yep. Okay. All right, so we've done all this. What is a CloudFormation template? CloudFormation template is, my goodness, how do I tell you what a CloudFormation template is? What is a CloudFormation template? What is a CloudFormation template? A CloudFormation template is, oh, I like your answer, Azam, is basically a blueprint written in text form that tells AWS what resources to create, like servers, databases, or storage buckets, and how to set them up. And I'm going to add, thanks, Azam. The resources that I add to my template include oh, I think we've covered it in your answer. All right, Azam, help me out here. Which resources could you not add with the IAC generator? Okay. All right, the resources I couldn't add to my template were my code build project and my code deployment group, because it needs because they require specific configuration details and security permissions that our generator isn't able to handle. And here's my documentation. It's coming up. Okay. All right. Let's click next. And I think we're there. And then next, and then review, create template, and yay, created. Okay. We will download to save a copy of this template. Ooh, beautiful. All right, so let's take a screenshot of the CloudFormation console showing the completed template. All right, let's do this. Do you know how you can paste now? Isn't that cool? It's so cool. It's so cool. We didn't have this feature before, but now you can just paste. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Oh, I don't like my screenshot. Wait a minute. Hold on, let me get a better screenshot. Great quality of life feature, that copy and paste, 100%. Yay, okay. All right, oh my gosh. Okay, you know what? I'm recognizing that I'm running out of time, and I'm also seeing this test here template and then test here again, which means if my memory serves me correctly, it's like the one where it doesn't work and then you gotta do it and then you gotta fix it. I'm not falling for it. As in, I know the project because I've done it. So, and here I'm just trying to make sure that the project is all good. And, ooh, Roy says this will take a bit of time. So maybe this is a good place to put a pin to it, and I will come back and revisit this project tomorrow. I don't think any of the projects or the resources in this will be charged if they stay overnight. So I think I should be fine. But yeah. Oh, can you, is that a you? Or can you explain a bit about the resources that IAC generator cannot add? Great. Tell me more. What is there anything in specific that you're not following? So let's go back to the place where there was the IAC. Some of the resources cannot be created because it requires some specific configuration, like code builds project environment settings, security permissions that our generator isn't able to handle automatically. So let me select this and say, can you explain more about it in general? Why can't I get all the resources? Okay, let's see what it has to say. And you tell me if this answer makes sense. The reason you can't get all resources in a CloudFormation template through an IAC generator is because the resources require some specific configuration. Okay. Can you give me an example of why those complex settings aren't designed to be included by the IAC generator? The reason the IAC generator can't include complex settings like code deploy projects and code deploy deployment groups. So some of the factors, things like the specific environment variables, like sensitive API keys or database connection strings, and whether it needs privileged access to Docker images. These are highly specific to your application's build process and often contain sensitive information that a generic generator cannot infer or safely include. As far as deployment is concerned, deployment strategies like in-place, blue-green, health settings, load balancer integrations, all this depends on the application's availability requirements and architectures, and that's beyond the scope of what a IAC generator can automatically determine. And then there's security permissions and roles. So those are reasons why you won't be able to add, permission restricted resources, exactly. Yeah. Does that help, Azam? Good question. It's good to follow up and keep asking. Stay curious. Amazing. All right, I think that's a good place to wrap for now. I am at step 6, right about to test the template, which I will do tomorrow. So join me tomorrow, same time, as I test the CloudFormation template that I created today. So awesome that you all joined me in this session. Super excited to chat more and connect with you all tomorrow. If you have any burning questions, anything you would like to ask right now, let me know. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Azam says, yes, it is helpful. I will read more on it. And Roy adds to it saying that an IAC generator should not include user accounts, passwords, or secrets. Yeah, permission restricted resources. So in this project, we will be doing that manually in the secret mission, which is an awesome little handy dandy little thing to do. But yeah. All right. Good seeing you all today. Let's see. Okay, I need to work on my YouTube streaming skills. Roy says, good work, Maya, easy peasy. Thank you, Roy. Really appreciate you guys watching and following along with me, and giving in great feedback on the project, on asking good questions, and just overall being the rock stars that you all are. Great seeing you, and I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. Recommendation, background music. Ooh. Okay. I'll see what I can do. Ocean crashing, soothing sounds. Really? Can we test it out right now? Hold on. Let me put some music and see. I don't know about ocean crashing. Ocean sounds. Is this, I don't know, it might just be like noisy. Can you hear? I think it should be like jazz elevator music. Hold on. Let me look for jazz. Like coffee shop vibes. Hello everyone. This is Maya from NextWork. See? What do you think? Native Discord sharing sound will be better. I know. You're right. You're absolutely right. I will figure out how to do that. Always on my toes with Discord, learning new things. I will get back to you on that. Thank you, Roy. Thank you, Azam. Thank you, Shane, for your patience and for your feedback on YouTube when it's freezing, for everything that you do for the community. All right. See you all tomorrow, and I know we've got folks in the morning and in the night. So hope you have a great rest of the day, Azam, and a wonderful night, Roy and Shane. And for all of you watching on YouTube, thank you all for joining. Wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good night. See you tomorrow. Bye.